Omaha does not need a shelter-in-place order. That's the message from Mayor Jean Stothert today as we deal with restrictions because of COVID-19. I spoke with Stothert here about the challenges ahead. How would you, Ms. Mayor, assess the state of the city right now?
You know, I think the state of the city is, in my mind, very positive right now because of the compliance and because of the people that we are seeing working together to help solve this problem together.
Dr. Audie Poor talked about concerns of people having a false sense of security because maybe we don't have the dramatic headlines in other parts of the country. You agree with that?
No, I think people are just as worried here as they are in New York and San Francisco and Chicago. I think they recognize that it's not spreading like it is in other cities, but I also think they realize that those measures that we have encouraged people to take, that social distancing, to stay home if you're ill, if you've been exposed to somebody positive, if you've been traveling in high-risk areas, people in Omaha are minding all of those recommendations and orders that we have.
Would you want people to turn in others if they see someone not following the recommendations? Because we get a number of emails saying, so-and-so is not following this, so-and-so is not following this. Do you want people to step up and call?
Well, you know, if they see, some real gross non-compliance, they could notify us. Our whole traffic division, with our Omaha Police Department now, is doing compliance checks all over the city right now. And if we get a call and they say such and such a business, say a restaurant is open and there's a lot of people in there, we will send them out. And they're not going to arrest everybody. They're not going to cite them if they don't need to. They're going to recommend they move out. And hopefully people will understand and comply by that.
You could call for a shelter-in-place order as the mayor. How close are you to doing that? What would it take for you to do that?
Not close to that at all, to the shelter-in-place. And then you almost have to define shelter-in-place, because that does not mean what San Francisco's doing, what Kansas City just did. It doesn't mean you are locked in your house and you can't go out. It just means there's tougher restrictions. Right now in Omaha, we do not need that.
Do you think it's crucial that we have more tests available?
Well, more tests, more positive tests. We know that. So the more we test, the more positive tests we will see. I don't think the testing and the results of it are as important right now than to follow again those recommendations, because we have to keep in mind there is no cure for this right now.
Do you think this is being blown out of proportion?
No, not at all. There's so much unknown about it. That's what is the frightening thing. You know, with most influenza viruses, incubation period 2 to 3 days. On this, it's 2 to 14 days. So potentially somebody could get tested on day 10, 11, 12, and 13 and be negative and be positive on 14. That's what's so challenging about COVID-19 virus. And so for something that we know in this country and in other countries has caused death, this is not something that's blown out of proportion at all. We have to respond. We have to do what we can to help it spread, and then we hope, like all viruses, it'll plateau out and it will go away.
And the virus is just the first problem we have to face. Everyone expects a major economic fallout. Mayor Stothert says the community advisory board she put together, a mixture of public, private, and nonprofits, will be strategizing how to handle that.